and welcome to Guilted Into It.
That was subdued.
It was subdued. But listen, this is a big month. It's National Women's History Month.
It is.
Do we
And
have
it
any
is.
history?
And, well, I mean, there's a lot of. First of all, they gave us a month, but nobody even knows it's happening. Nobody, they don't do anything with the month. So I decided
I
that.
As
think
big
on
as some other months.
Sunday's paper, I do believe they had
Oh, did
women's
they?
history. Yes.
So, well, I was thinking what we're going to do on the show is for this month, we are going to interview and celebrate or highlight strong women. And we'll just kind of make that a little theme of every week, talk about strong women. So I kind of wanted to start out with somebody that I wanted to celebrate and highlight as a strong woman.
Oh,
Wow.
oh my! What a
That was
surprise!
kind.
My mom.
Really?
Yes.
The words right out of my mouth.
You are very
Wow.
strong. All the
Wow.
things that you've gone through in your life. And
And we've heard about all of them.
we've heard about all of it.
Well, you were there for most of them.
And yeah, and you just, you're
I-
very strong. You're
I
very
just
resilient.
bounced back. You know, I'm
I
too
know.
stupid to stay down.
No, that's not
I
it.
just come right back for more. I love it.
See, and as a matter of fact, you had another little thing where you were, are
Thrown for a loop.
thrown for a loop.
Expecting one thing and having another show up.
Would you like to share?
Well, my man, Otto, Ottavio as I know him, went in to get a couple of stents put in and ended up having double bypass surgery and a valve replacement.
Yes.
So this from the man who claimed to be very healthy. I'm so healthy, and obviously he wasn't quite that healthy.
Nothing
but
like being mocked right after the double bypass.
well, I was
Right
trying
after
to
it.
illustrate how
Well,
Yes,
he's a
I-
man, so
Yes.
he's very macho.
They're very
He-
stubborn.
but-
They
He's
don't
very-
like to
in very
admit when
good
there's
shape.
something bothering them.
Well,
And he
had
is in
it.
good
He
shape.
had it yesterday late. They started about 2:00. By later that evening, from what I'm told, he was up and ready, raring to go. No, he was joking with the nurses and all. And today, he looked better than he's looked in a year.
He looked great.
He looked like he didn't even have an operation.
Yeah.
He really
Yeah,
did.
sitting up in the chair, he's
Yeah,
laughing, he
yes.
was joking. So we,
And that's him, though. That's him. If he would, I was very hesitant, thinking, "Oh, I'm going to see him, and he's going to be laying in bed and moaning, and he'll be in pain." And no, he was Otto. He was
Yep.
him, and it's so good. It's so nice to know that he is doing well. He's doing better than well.
yeah,
He really is. So
we are
we
sending
love him, and
all the healing
yeah.
juju and good
Yes, of
thoughts and
course.
love and all that stuff to
and
Otto.
if by some miracle he was able to get on to the show, he might be watching.
Yeah, we love you, Otto.
So,
Yeah, he said he wanted to
hopefully-
comment.
Yeah.
Well,
So I don't know if he's
I don't
commented,
know.
but
he probably has a lot of company.
yeah,
Yes.
He really does.
none yet. But look at that.
So,
So the
sorry.
and the other thing that it's ironic, I did get a message from our very loyal viewer Paul Lepeltier,
Oh yes.
who is in the hospital with some heart issues, and I don't
Oh, he
know.
is?
Yeah, I don't know all the details because I was
Really?
working today, so I wasn't
Wow.
able to call him or anything. But so we're wishing him well too. Hope
Oh
he's
yeah.
of course.
got a speedy
Absolutely.
recovery.
Absolutely.
How we got to this point, for those of you just turning in, we're recognizing, highlighting, and celebrating strong women. And I'm calling my mom out as a strong,
Well, thank
strong
you.
woman. You're
I-
welcome.
I do appreciate the compliment. Thank you.
and we're hopefully we're going to keep the Women's History Month and Strong Women thing alive. We were supposed to have a guest tonight, Vanessa Diaz, a friend of mine and Bridget, somebody that we met in the comedy world, but she could not make it. Her twin boys are sick and they were spiking a fever, but she said she got another strong, powerful woman. We're waiting to see when she kind of pops on there, April Aguilar, and we will then. Oh, hi, Tara. So when April pops on, we will.
Fell asleep with my eyes
Let her
open
know.
for a second.
Wow.
Sorry.
Did you really?
You do
I-
that? Can you do that?
So
Huh?
maybe. All right.
I had I've got to take my pill that helps keep me asleep. So I woke up at 3:00 wide awake until 5 o'clock when my alarm went off, and then I was comatose until 6.
Oh, your pill just kicked in?
No, I never
She
took
never
it. I
took
forgot
it.
to take it. That's why I woke up.
But
So
now,
now she's-
what's the matter now?
Now
I'm
she's
tired because I was up for 3 hours, 2 hours.
Oh.
Well-
And then I fell
I'm
back
usually
into a
up the
deep
whole
sleep,
night.
and then I had to break that REM
Mm.
to go to work.
So,
Sorry.
are we good on Women's History Month? Any of you ladies want to
Well,
have anything to add to it or whatever? I don't
well,
know.
I have to go do a little research.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'll have to find a couple of strong women. I think I'm sitting at the table with a couple of them.
Well, we are,
Mm-hmm.
admittedly, for strong women. And by
Take a
strong,
licking and keep on ticking.
yeah. I mean,
But no, it's not even that. I mean, it's strong women being, able to cope with whatever is thrown your way and coming out of it even better, and not feeling sorry for yourself. Just doing what you have to do. Period. End of story.
story.
That's all.
I feel sorry for myself.
well, I think we all have a little
Sometimes.
pity
Yeah,
party
we do,
once in a
we do.
while,
But
but
then you let it pass.
we don't let it
That's all.
consume our lives.
Yeah.
Right.
Like the girls always used to say, "Mom, why do you say everything is going to be okay?" And I go, "Because it has to be. There's no other choice." And that's kind of like how I've always thought of things. Everything's going to be fine. There's no other choice.
Right. What's the alternative? It won't be fine.
Right.
Revenge.
So,
Revenge.
oh, so
Oh,
much a
well.
therapist could unpack with you.
Yes.
So much.
Yeah.
I don't feel the need to bother them with my problems. You know what I mean?
You have baggage.
There's a lot of other crazy people who
Baggage.
could probably use
She's
it more
got-
than me.
Now,
What?
I noticed that you're locked and loaded back here.
I am.
This is huge.
This is the small one. This is the travel size. 1.89 fluid
You
ounces.
need to wean off of it.
Well, no, because this is the only one that's really been working. I don't do it, but when it gets a little cold and damp, they get a little more
Don't
dry.
put it on.
So,
Don't put more
I gotta
on.
put
They're,
more
they're
on.
still
More.
glistening from the
Okay.
last
Doing it for
application.
more.
so yeah, but I have to. I hope that as the weather gets warmer, this whole lip thing, I really need to get some.
You're not listening to the directions that I gave you. You went and listened to a doctor.
Maybe I have to go back to your directions and give it a try.
Alcohol. I get a zit now. I take out those alcohol pads.
That's insane.
Nope.
It's
Look
a-
at my face.
It's beautiful.
Beautiful.
There you go.
But wasn't that what like witch hazel was? I was using witch hazel for a long time, and then they told you not to use that anymore because it dries you out.
No, they told you not to use that because that was the cheaper version of the shit they want to sell you in the store and charge you double for.
That is true.
Wow.
I did start using straight castor oil because it's supposed to take care of your fine lines and wrinkles and your growth in
There we
your
go.
eyebrows and your eyelashes. So I'm giving
it
that.
working?
I'm giving that a whirl.
Is it
It's only
working?
been a
I
few
bought
days.
castor oil. I was putting that crap in my belly button for weeks. Nothing happened. I
Wait,
was spraying my
In
Wait
your
a-
belly.
wait a
Wait,
minute.
whoa,
Wait a
time
minute.
out.
Yeah.
In your belly
You
button.
didn't see that one?
I
No.
think I
Oh,
did.
that was one of them on the TikTok. I gotta stay off
What are you
the
supposed-
top.
wait,
What was
Why
the,
in
what's
your
the
belly button?
desired result in
That
the belly
it,
button?
that's where it absorbs better into your body from there.
For what?
Better health.
That sounds.
I don't know.
That sounds like you got.
well,
Do-
Well,
Yeah.
I don't know that.
and
Did
then
you
what
have
about
to
the
cut off a
magnesium?
lock of your hair and do
No.
a little dance around it? Like what was the?
And what about the magnesium spray on my feet that I was doing every day? I was spraying up my feet with magnesium
Yeah,
spray.
I've heard that one.
You really are a
Nothing.
sucker for
I'll
everything.
try anything.
I mean, I will try a lot of things.
my friend at work is doing some research and is starting to find. Well, he was in a situation where he was in the hospital for someone else for about 20 something days in a row, and as he called it, it was the prison. And he's like, all I wanted was sunlight, right? But I didn't get it. Like, he is someone who eats full protein every day. He said his hair fell out of his legs and stuff like that when he was in the hospital. I swear to God.
My God.
So now he's onto this kick now
deteriorating.
about being in the sun and the cold. And he claims that he lost 10 pounds. That he's standing outside his house when the sun rises with no shoes on and a t-shirt in the cold, in the sun.
He's
doing
losing
this for
10
how
pounds
long?
because he's probably violently shivering.
I'm
I
like,
don't
wait a
know.
minute.
I told him,
I'm
I
out
go,
in the
you
cold."
continue to do the research, because if all I have to do is stand outside in a t-shirt for 20 minutes in the sun,
20
I'm
minutes?
in.
What happens when it gets warm out?
I don't know. I have to ask him that one.
So I don't know. Oh,
So,
that's insane.
okay. Can we move on?
Yeah.
All right, because in addition to being Women's History Month, it's also National Cheese Doodle Day.
Now I know what everyone's thinking.
Mm-hmm.
It's also Ash Wednesday, but
It is.
this takes precedent.
Well,
of
I mean,
course.
you know, religion is such a personal decision.
But cheese
Really, what it
doodles
is
aren't.
we're heathens, because
Right.
we were all together at the hospital
Yes.
when the priest came in to give everyone ashes, but
denied
without
ashes.
saying a word, we all did the same thing because we were all thinking the same thing.
Like-
I got to go on the show. I don't want that big cross on my head. God
Oh,
got
I
his
wasn't
back.
thinking of that.
Judge Janine Pirro was on her show.
Big cross
Big
on her
cross,
head. We
so-
should have
I
done it.
think
and
So we
Red,
sometimes-
Red
should've done
Bear
it.
also
Yeah.
had one.
Yes.
But I think sometimes they really do it up.
No, I think they.
No, they're
they've
all really-
increased it now.
But at least it looks like
Yeah.
a cross now. I
Yeah.
used to get it, and it
Yeah.
just used to look like a
Yeah, it
smudge.
was.
My
Yeah, it
friend
was.
today looks like not a cross.
Oh.
No. Oh, you had
It
to see.
depends
Well-
on who you get. Some people are artisans.
No, I
some
think
aren't.
they were directed to make it
You know-
much more definite.
You know, at
You
work
just
today.
made that fact up.
No, I don't.
At
Look at
work
Judge
today-
Janine's. It was just as heavy as Otto's. Okay.
We were talking about Ash Wednesday, and a couple of them walked over to the church to get ashes during work. They said that the priest was kind of like popping in and out throughout the day,
Yeah.
and he wasn't really there when they were getting their ashes. So the woman who, like, whatever, she works at the church, she said that they could do it to each other. So my coworkers ashed each other,
I don't
which that felt super off the books.
Yeah.
I don't think that's how it works.
Oh, I
don't-
have an idea.
I think.
But
Oh, anybody get some ashes?
why don't we just crush one of these up?
No.
All right.
We're not doing that.
Anyway,
All right.
No, but I mean, there
Just
are
saying,
lay
that would be
people
really
who are doing
sacrilege.
more and more within the
I
church.
didn't realize that it was so laid back.
Yeah. Wow.
Well, if you go to
But-
church once in a while, you would know that.
Well,
Before we get back to cheese doodles,
Okay.
because we're going to do a little
yeah.
taste test
Okay,
here.
let's do that.
But before we do, anybody giving anything up for Lent?
What?
I'm not a quitter.
I was talking about this with my coworkers today, and anybody who knows me knows that I like to drink my Diet Snapple in the morning because I don't drink coffee or anything like that. So we all picked things for each other to give up.
And they picked your Snapple.
Oh,
Yes.
mental
So,
note. I'm not coming
I'm
near you
about
till
to be
Easter.
a royal bitch for 40 days.
Ooh.
I think I can do it. However, I will miss it desperately.
What are you going to drink instead?
I don't know. That's my problem. Is replacing it with something else just
Try coffee.
I don't like coffee.
Well,
That's why I
try
drink
it.
the Diet Snapple.
Yes, but try it because you'll get used
Oh, yes,
to
it's
it.
way healthier for you than the Diet Snapple. Have
I
the
just-
coffee.
Yeah, so I don't know. We'll see if I can follow through.
Well, I figured for Lent, the right thing to do, I'll give up wine.
Oh my God, my heart it just went bloop, bloop.
Right.
I'm kidding. I'm not giving up
Oh, she's
anything.
The liquor stores
Joker.
everywhere just shivered
about-
for a minute.
Yeah, your friend there.
My friend Neil was like,
Neil probably
no!
he's ready to shut the lights off.
Closed temporarily.
All right. So moving on.
Well, wait, I didn't tell you what I
Oh,
was
what are
going
you
to give
giving
up.
up?
You're not
I'm
giving
not.
up.
You
I'm,
said you're not a quitter.
I'm giving up Cheetos.
Stop eating them. So, all right.
So
I just
tell us
wanted
what
to.
you want to do.
So here's what. Well, I just thought it would be a fun little thing because every time you could look, it's always like National Peanut Butter Day, National this day,
Right.
National Wipe Your Feet Day. So I just found today
National Put Castor Oil in Your Belly Button Day.
Button Day, exactly.
I'm going to find the TikTok.
So I thought, well, it would be fun today, March 5th, and I did look back. Every March 5th has been National Cheese Doodle Day. So cheese
Research
doodles
done. Check.
came about
Oh.
with a pet food company. They were making pet food, and then they created something called the corn curls for humans, a snack, and applied it for patent in 1939. And then another company took it over, and Elmer Fine Foods still sells cheese doodles under the name Cheewees, which I could not find any Cheewees.
Cheewees.
And they're made
I don't think I
they're
would
made
know.
by a mixture of hot corn through a shaper and then dusted with that distinctive cheese flavoring, which
Oh, I thought you were going to say
can't-
disgusting
can't
cheese.
be good for you.
No.
Disgusting cheese
killing us.
flavor.
And without
It's
cheese,
more.
it's often referred to as a puff corn, like you know those little puffs
Or a corn puff.
or a corn puff. Yeah, but
Well, what are these?
so
Is there anything like corn pop?
What?
Corn pop?
no
Wasn't that Joe Biden's friend, corn pop?
corn. I don't know.
What are you saying?
When he was growing up, corn
She's starting
pop.
to hallucinate. She doesn't slept.
We
I
have
swear to God, I'm
we
not
have
lying.
two kinds
Okay.
of cheese doodles here.
Are you gonna tell us what the kinds are?
Well, one is cheese doodles, and one is Chester's.
Chester.
This is not cheese
Chester's.
doodles though. This is a Cheeto.
Cheetos.
I meant Cheeto. Cheeto
That's
and
Chester.
Chester's.
That's
A
Cheeto.
regular cheese doodle is.
I didn't ask you
good.
to identify them. Just tell me which one you
All
think
right.
is better. So we're gonna start
Well,
with the
I know
crunchy.
what I know what these
Well,
taste
I know you like the crunchy.
Yeah, I do.
I love a crunchy cheese too.
I never
I
used
prefer
to.
a puffed up cheese doodle.
I do
Very
like a
good.
puff one. I'm
good.
thrown. I'm thrown by the shape of these.
Yeah, they're freaky.
I thought they would be,
Well, that's probably the natural puffage.
yeah, but this looks like a shrimp.
Oh,
Oh,
these are soggy.
it's almost. It's almost like in the beginning, it might be stale, but then it's not.
Yeah,
They're actually
You know,
really
like
They are
like
good.
when you leave a bowl
I like
of
'em.
something outside at a party
in the
too
summer.
long,
Yeah.
and then you go back to it later. That's what these are like.
good. Yeah, but
Well, these
they're-
definitely
but
don't
they're
have the cheese doodle crunch, like the
But yet,
cheese
they
doodles.
are good.
I like them.
But they're good.
Chester,
The texture is kind of freaky, but
Yeah.
but addicting.
yeah.
No, I like my
Get me the bag, Ron.
Cheetos.
Oh my God.
Where'd you get them?
Where Chester's? Is that what they are?
Where'd you get them?
Oh, I got these in
Lidl?
no, I had to go to 7-Eleven.
Oh, really?
Can I see the bag?
Yes.
Yeah. Let's see what
Remember
it
the
looks like.
ones we had in Italy?
I
in
do enjoy them
Sicily?
greatly, and they're substantial.
Yeah.
So, and they only came in the big bag. So these are Chester's.
Oh.
That are clearly
Oh,
biting.
is it the same brand?
Oh yeah.
This
No.
is the same guy.
Yes.
It's the same guy, but it's different.
Is this a knockoff? Is this a?
Yeah.
These are no. This is not a
It's
knockoff.
not a knockoff. It's a different company, but they're using.
No,
No.
the same company.
This
Oh.
guy's name is Chester.
This is Chester Cheeto.
Oh, well, those are his Cheetos. then.
These are his extra
So
puffy
he has a
ones.
name, Chester.
Oh. See, and I didn't know that.
Interesting.
So they're not really rivals because this is Frito Lay as well.
wow.
Oh.
They are
Same
the
brand.
same brand.
Well, I was on a time crunch. You know, I was in kindergarten all day today, Tara. All day I was in
Could
kindergarten.
have picked up some hers.
Yeah,
Interesting.
I'm enjoying these.
they're good. You know,
They're good.
put the bag down.
Why? I want everyone to see.
Not unless they sponsor us.
Puff corn, not popcorn.
Okay. Well, that's
So-
interesting.
That's what it is. National cheese. So if you're out and about, or if you have cheese doodles
You ever? And you know.
in your house, crack them open,
Yeah.
eat it up. It's gonna be great.
I like these.
Okay.
All right.
I'm good. Continue.
Well, I'm waiting for our guest,
Okay.
so I'm not
Too loud.
sure it is too loud. So she's not here yet.
Okay.
So
It's a little early.
Yeah, it's a little.
it is a
early.
little early. It is what it's okay. That's fine. That's fine.
When you sub, are you only a principal?
Tara, I was there the other day. The kids had a what? A fist fight in kindergarten?
Oh God, it had to have been pretty low stakes.
Yeah.
Who are
Yes.
you talking to?
Tara, who's watching?
Oh.
So I yes, when I am oh that's right, she put that on Facebook. There was a bat in the church during ashes that was flying around.
That can't be a good omen.
That
That's
is not a
sinister.
good. Yeah, that's like Dracula. Like
yeah,
I don't like that.
That's
Yeah.
not good. Bats aren't a good sign.
Could it be Satan?
I knew you were gonna say that.
I'm just gonna sit here and eat my feelings.
so
Who was I talking? Oh, Leviticus. That's who I was really having beef with.
You were having
Leviticus
beef
is not a
with
person.
It probably is.
It's not.
Who is he?
It's a group of people.
The
No.
No.
Levites.
Leviticus is a person.
No.
Oh
I'll
God.
look it up.
Anyway,
Yes, he is.
No.
the bat
You're
was
thinking of
swooping.
Comicus
Oh
from
my
History
God,
of
the
the
bat
World.
was swooping at everyone.
Leviticus is the third book of the Bible.
The book.
No,
Not a
but
person.
it's probably about someone.
No. Keep reading, Bridget.
All right. Well, this
No.
is probably not the time to be doing your research.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Well,
This
I'm
is
just
called
saying.
Spontaneity. I don't know why you have such a problem with it.
Right.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I'm
Go
sorry.
ahead. What do you want to
I
talk
don't want.
about?
I don't want to talk about anything.
If not Leviticus.
I-
Leviticus. Drink.
It's the book of Leviticus.
We just established
Little
that.
Did anybody bring?
the
Did somebody
third
get me a
book.
Diet Snapple?
Hey! I had my last one this morning. I didn't realize it was my last. I would have cherished it a little
Yeah. Yeah.
You know when that happened to me? When I still smoked, which I enjoyed very much. I was holding a pregnancy test for Grace,
That's tough.
waiting for it to reveal whether or not I was with child.
Wow.
And then as soon as it came up positive, I went, God damn it. My last drag, and I put it out. And that was literally the very last cigarette I ever smoked.
Well, that's good.
You know, something I just thought of. You know how the facts on the Snapple caps are either like
Obsessive
real
Snapple.
or fake,
Right.
like they're either made up. One time, I get one a lot that says the emergency number in Europe is like whatever it is, like 411 or whatever it is. How messed up would it be if that was fake? Right? I read that and I remembered it from the Snapple fact, and then I got into a situation in
Well, you should
Europe.
have tried it.
I should have,
You know.
but I'm just saying. I think
I
there
think
are
it is
certain,
411.
I think there are certain things that need to be off limits, because if I called that and then some guy on the other end of the line was like, idiot, like,
Yeah, but why
You must
isn't
drink Snapple.
right?
Ah.
I go,
why
I'm killed.
why it shouldn't it just be a universal like a 911? That is what you dial in an emergency.
Well, it's universal
No.
here, but, you know,
It-
Why isn't it just
we
911
can't
everywhere?
speak for other countries.
I
Right.
would not have known that had she not said anything, and I would have been in Europe like 911, 911, 911,
And you would have been dead.
and I'd have been dead.
The irony that I'm using this giant bag of Cheetos to hide my fat while I stuff my face.
Yeah, you really like take
I
take
told
a
you,
breather.
Eating my feelings.
Why are you eating your feelings, Amy?
What are your feelings?
We don't have enough time on the show.
Mm.
So, Judy, did you ever remember your judge, Judy?
No. No.
You're really, really bad
Oh.
at that.
Well,
Just remember, I'm strong, though. I'm a strong woman.
You're strong, but you're bad at your
Strong,
you're bad at
complicated.
your job here.
I will
on.
judge this.
let me tell you guys what happened to me over the weekend. I didn't tell you.
Okay.
Uh-oh.
So over the weekend,
I'm listening.
we go to, we went out to a brewery because it was Tyler's birthday.
Mm-hmm.
So we went out to
Oh.
this place in Huntington, and went a little bit earlier, so we all got some food, whatever. I got a chicken sandwich. I had a hankering, and so my chicken sandwich comes, and I'm like biting into it. And I'm like, all right, this is like good, but like it's a little weird. And then there's like a little piece of it. I was like, oh, what is this? Like a piece of like fat? Like it was gross.
Didn't even tell me.
So
Ate a
then
hard chunk.
Carrie takes a bite of it, and I'm like, this is still kind of like weird. I turn my flashlight on because it's a low lit place. Raw. It was raw.
You donkey!
Yeah. So I was like,
Oh,
"Ugh."
my
So now I'm
God.
freaking out. So now I go up to the kid who's working
They
at
could
the
get in a lot
counter.
of trouble for that.
Yes, he was working at the counter. He had one AirPod in. He was like a dumb little idiot, and he's like half awake. So I was like, "Hey, this is raw." And he looks at me, and goes, "Oh my God." He's like, "Do you want a refund?" I was like, "Yes."
And an ambulance.
Yes, I actually
Yeah,
do.
really.
Right, because then I was worried that I had salmonella
Yeah.
because I couldn't believe it. It was very raw.
How much
Then-
did you eat?
I had like a couple bites of it.
You might not be out of the woods yet.
What do you mean?
Yeah, it could still come.
What do you mean?
It could still
you might
happen.
not be out of the woods.
When did
I think
this
it's like
happen?
2 or 3
Saturday?
weeks after it can show up.
What?
She could be.
What do I do?
You sue.
You sue.
You know, I did have E. coli.
What do I do?
Nothing.
You can't do
You
anything.
ate it.
You
Wait,
just-
Bobby's yelling something. Why?
What?
She's Googling.
Oh my god, this might be my last show.
Just pray.
Oh my God.
Shit. A lot.
Oh my god, am I done? Am I dead?
Who's
No.
supposed to
Well,
come
you're
on is
gonna
probably
take-
like, I'm not
Can
going
you
on this
die
show.
from salmonella?
Yes.
But am I going to?
But
I
you'll
don't
take
know.
Carrie with you.
Can modern medicine? What? Salmonella!
Never mind, I'll do it.
Oh god.
I'm gonna do it.
Bridget,
Salmonella.
just eat your feelings.
Oh my God.
What?
Drink lots of fluids and bread.
Give me my wine, not
Oh
my
my
wine.
god. fluids and
Salmonella
mess.
symptoms. You want the symptoms?
Alright, tell me the symptoms.
Pain areas in the abdomen or muscles.
Oh my
chills,
god. My abs were really sore the next morning.
chills, dehydration, fatigue,
All of that I have.
fever, loss of appetite, diarrhea, or this is
I
a
have
good
that, but
one.
I have
Do you
IBS.
have blood in your stool? Also a headache.
Listen,
Yes, I have all
And
of this.
then,
you got to start drinking wine. None of that shit can live in her.
how
know.
long does it last?
What?
Salmonella infection typically lasts 4 to 7 days. And most
Okay.
And
people
symptoms usually begin 6 hours to 6 days after exposure.
What day is it? What day is it? What day is it? This was Saturday?
So it's Sunday,
Sunday,
Monday,
Monday,
Tuesday,
Tuesday,
Wednesday.
Alright,
You
I
got
need
2
to
more
get- I need
days.
to get to
We
Friday.
got
2 more days.
What? You need to get
This
to
is
a
not good.
walk-in.
She is. This is funny right now. She's going to be up all night.
This
Yeah.
is not good.
Yeah, she's gonna. Do you know how many phone calls I'm gonna get?
All right, you have to
Obsessing
drink
over this?
extra. You better go back
Right,
to
that takes away
diet
from me.
Seriously.
to Snapple because you have to drink lots of fluids.
Oh my god.
Yeah, but
That was bad. I have a lawsuit on my hands.
You know what? Salmonella is contagious.
Is it?
can spread from
great.
person
Wow.
to person. So now
Mm.
you're gonna.
Only if you kiss?
Don't touch me, I'll kill you.
Eating raw or undercooked
Yeah, but-
meat.
Oh.
But
poached
now-
eggs.
Poor Carrie's
With
at
Carrie.
risk. Now Carrie's at risk.
She wanted to bite of my sandwich. Maybe she should eat her own food then.
Oh, that is
You
I
terrible.
felt, I felt supremely guilty after
What
for
did you
letting
eat
her have a
tonight?
bite.
What did you eat tonight?
I made my own chicken. That was fully cooked.
Okay.
You
because
always have to check
you have
chicken
to
out.
drink lots of
Always.
fluids and eat bland food.
Oh my god, my stomach hurts.
Where was this? Where was this place? Or you're not allowed to
It was
say?
in Huntington.
But you're not
Well,
saying where.
I won't defame the business yet.
Well, could you give us a hint?
It was a brewery.
What does it rhyme with? Let's play the rhyming game.
It rhymes with
Death.
Buntington Hoorery?
Huntington Hooray. Is that what you just said?
Huntington Charcuterie.
Oh my god. I wish we had a sponsor so we could
Bridget-
take a break.
Bridget, only you would get a raw
Only
chicken
me.
sandwich.
Let's give Life Vac a little love because I love Life Vac. They are saving lives all over the place.
They
So
are.
I need a life back.
Let's-
I
we
need
do.
gonna need
so
life back.
What do
Well,
I do?
we're gonna be right back
Should have had
after
your
this.
stomach pumped. You should have went right to the ER and had
Really?
your stomach pumped.
We'll be right
they've
back
done that?
after this
don't
word
know,
from
maybe.
Life
What
Vac.
you need to do.
I'm sorry to bother you, but I have 30 seconds to give you a very important message. My name is Arthur Lee. I'm the CEO inventor of LifeVac, a simple choking rescue device that could save a life in a choking emergency. We've saved over 3,000 lives now, but we're not there. 5,000 people a year choke to death, one child every 5 days. Please consider protecting your family in a choking emergency with LifeVac. Go to lifevac.net today. Thank you for your time.
And we're back. Bridget was.
She's getting
I
water.
get fluids.
She needs
Bridget
to
needed
hydrate.
fluids because she's afraid that she has salmonella now because she took a couple bites of raw chicken. This, I tell you,
yeah,
though.
you're gonna be laughing.
No, I'm not going to be laughing. I'm going to be crying because she's going to obsess
Until
over this
Saturday.
until Saturday, till it's a week out, and I'm going to.
Oh, I'm sorry. I have an anxiety disorder.
And I'm going to hear a phone call tomorrow. So, do you really think I could get Do you really think I have salmonella?
No, I'm
That's
not
what-
calling you because notice I didn't call you when it happened. Because I was like, you know what? She's gonna mock me.
I wouldn't mock you.
And
That's
here
terrible.
we are, public mockery.
I'm not mocking you. I'm just talking about whatever.
Yeah,
so
put more on.
I am more. All right.
Anyway,
We have a guest. So as I told you earlier, my friend Vanessa was going to be our guest. She has twin boys, and they were sick and spiked a fever.
yeah, we
But
got this whole part
She
already.
jumped up and she was like, "But my friend April Aguilara will do it." So, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome to Guilted Into It, April Aguilara.
I don't know if you're saying that right. Is it like Christina?
Did I
Christina
say it
Aguilera?
right?
Is it Aguilera?
Yeah, you can say Aguilera. Aguilera. Christina, that's how it's spelled.
How do you say it?
I'll say April Aguilera. It depends if I'm feeling fancy. I'll say Aguilera. Am I getting an echo or just with me?
I don't know. It's a little tinny.
Wonder if I can take the echo off. Will be the best way to do that.
She got it.
Oh, we got it. Okay.
I think she
Got it?
yeah,
Got
she
it?
got it. Beautiful.
That's good. There we go.
All right.
Okay.
Let me hear you now.
No, now we
Oh,
can
now we
hear
can't
you.
hear you at
Now we
all.
can't hear you at all.
You can't hear me at all?
There
There
you
we
are.
go.
All right.
Okay. Yeah.
All
Okay,
right, good.
cool.
So now we got the awkward tech things out of the way and everything. So first, I just want to thank you for filling in last minute like that. How do you know Vanessa? Are you guys like besties or something?
Oh, God.
Oh my gosh, yes. So Vanessa, my gosh, where do I even start? So, Vanessa, I have a daughter that has Down syndrome, and Vanessa has twin boys. And we met online in a Facebook group. We were both members of a Rockin' Moms, I think 2011, 2012 birth group. And I remember Vanessa coming across the feed in that group and then going over to her profile and seeing that she was an actress and a writer and I lived in New York and did all these things and had twin boys. And at that time, I had done my undergraduate in theater and hadn't really done anything since college. I had my middle daughter with Down syndrome. And I just remember seeing Vanessa's profile and thinking, wow, she did it with two. Like maybe someday I can do what I want to do. And I have one daughter with Down syndrome. And then years passed. I think it was probably 6 or 7 years. And I wrote an acoustic one-woman musical about my daughter's birth. And I just remembered Vanessa and that she had a one-woman show. And I reached out and I said, hey, I've kind of stalked you on social media. I know you have a one-woman show. I'm writing a one-woman show. Would you take a listen to what I have? And I sent her over some sound clips and she immediately was like, oh my God, this is amazing. Let me connect you with this Broadway producer. And then she got me into a situation where I was able to open it off Broadway in New York. And we just kind of been on this parallel journey ever since. And we just met for the first time like 2 years ago. So we're just like each other's, cheerleaders, and we tell each other our crazy ideas. And then, it's been, it's great, But when she told me that you had asked me to be on the podcast tonight, and I remember when you had hosted or did your comedy on her Gigi's Playhouse.
Yes.
I was so excited because I was like, Pepper was my girl, because can I just show you my hair in the 80s? Because everybody identified with all the other little cutesy orphans that were running around, and I had the brown mullets, and you see it?
Yeah, I can see.
I had the brown mullet. I remember seeing you and thinking, oh, there's an orphan that looks like me. She's a tomboy. She's got short brown hair. She's like bossing around these other kids. So I've been a long time, Pepper fan. So.
Oh, that's great.
Oh.
Thank you. That's great. So now, are you involved with Gigi's Playhouse at all?
I am not involved with Gigi's Playhouse. We have Gigi's Playhouse in Atlanta. There have been some rumblings of having one here in Savannah, which would be incredible. But I am not, unfortunately. I'm not close enough to Gigi's Playhouse.
Okay, I wasn't sure how many of them they had and everything, and I know that it's Oh, I thought she was tapping me. I'm sorry.
No,
And I know that it's such a great organization, and they have their Broadway cabaret coming up now. Are you sing? You write? What are you
I
doing?
do. So I'm an independent filmmaker. I also work in the film and television industry. I've worked for Showtime and Sony and Array. I've started a nonprofit called Project Moonrose. We're currently producing a feature film starring Cassie Mundhik, who has Down syndrome. My first film, For Paloma, you can find on Amazon, stars Sophia Sanchez, who's also of the Hunger Games. She was the first person with Down syndrome to be in a major franchise. And Vanessa and I both, share a passion for creating a platform for disabled creatives in front of the camera, behind the camera. That's the mission of Project Moonrose. And, shooting this feature film and having, we have numerous people on the crew who have a disability. We have Cassie in front of the camera. I myself have a disability. So that's really how, Vanessa and I have, kind of championed each other on this journey together. Kind of that saying, like, if not me, who? If not now, when? Just kind of like took the bull by the horns as moms and said, you know what? We're just delusional enough to think that we can do this.
Well, she really is such a motivator,
She is.
and you're just the person that you went to her and she motivated you and you kept going. I've told her I want to do a million things and she motivates me, and I get off the phone and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to do it. Haven't done it yet, but
But you're motivated.
but you're motivated and you're getting it done, and I applaud you for that.
Thank you. Thank you.
How old is your daughter now?
So my daughter, her name is Paloma, and she's 13. She's my middle daughter. I have 3 girls.
Oh, okay. 13.
Yeah.
So now, how does she feel about the work that you do around, people with disabilities and
Yeah.
highlighting that and advocating?
Well, the I guess the not so unique thing about Paloma, I think 1 in 5 people with Down syndrome have autism. She also has a dual diagnosis of autism. She regressed at 5 years old. She's nonverbal. I hope that Paloma is proud of me. She's obviously seen the work. She's been to the events, but we've never, because she is nonverbal, we're not able to have those conversations, which I think is also why this work is so important to me. There is a full range of experience of people that have Down syndrome, and it's really important for me to tell, all stories or give an opportunity for families like mine to feel seen. A lot of times in the media, we are telling stories of people with Down syndrome who are very close to typical. They're doing all the wonderful things people with Down syndrome can do. They're going to college and they're, they're learning to drive cars and they're getting married and, they're doing all these amazing things. And then you have, people who are more like my daughter, who may live at home forever, who may need more care. And that's okay too. I think it's so important that, we don't just show one story. I have a project right now, actually. I don't know if you've heard of the artist Judith Scott. She's definitely worth a Google. She's a fiber artist, and she was born in the 30s. She has a twin sister, Joyce Scott. And when Judith was 7 years old, they threw her into an institution, which was the standard of care in the 1930s, sadly, which wasn't that long ago, but they were still doing that. And when Paloma was born, it was an unexpected diagnosis. And I remember getting on YouTube and Googling all of my favorite things, gymnastics, Down syndrome, music, Down syndrome, and finding all of these people with Down syndrome that were doing all these things I loved. And even though Life Goes On was my only true reference for what our life might look like, I was finding all these people with Down syndrome living full lives. And then when she was 5 years old, she regressed into autism, and we were no longer on the same trajectory. And so I just did the same thing. I went to YouTube, I went to the internet, I started typing in Down syndrome, nonverbal, college, Down syndrome, and I just wasn't getting the same results. And then I typed in art, and then Judith, there's Judith. And I've just so happened that her sister had written a book, and I learned that for 40 years, Judith was in this institution. She had been thrown away because she was deaf, she was nonverbal, and her sister rescued her from the institution, brought her to California, put her in Creative Growth, which is an artist in residency program for people with disability. And a fiber artist came through, and suddenly Judith began creating these incredible sculptures around found objects, and went on to be world renowned. She's in the MoMA, she's in the Smithsonian, she's in the Guggenheim. So her sister Joyce and I are writing the screenplay to this film. It's been optioned. Jamie Brewer is attached to play Judith Scott. And the reason I'm so passionate about this story is because Judith is a woman like my daughter. You know, she's nonverbal. She's someone who may have been, you know, discounted, but she didn't overcome her disability. She was just like you and I. She was just an artist, and she was processing her life. So I think that that's really, you know, what drives me and what I hope makes Paloma proud, that, you know, I'm making sure that, you know, I'm telling all stories so that there's a mom like me at home and can say, you know what, you know, like, my child is, you know, is worthy, and life is still pretty freaking awesome.
Well, that
Yeah. I think that's great too, because when I'm not doing this, I'm an occupational therapist. So I work with a lot of people like your daughter, and then, you know, in that autism kind of world.
Yeah.
And one of the things that we're always saying is that kids who are nonverbal, who really seem like maybe they don't understand you, or, you know, they really know like so much more and are actually so much more intelligent than people really give them credit for. And there's a really great book called Ito in Autism Land. He's a nonverbal autistic kid, and he wrote this book through he kind of can communicate through like a letterboard, and he like wrote this like whole book about his like experience as a person with nonverbal autism, and how just intelligent in that whole kind of lived experience. So I think it speaks a lot to what you're saying, that story isn't being told as much, but there is such a huge community of really brilliant people who just may not be able to totally show that all the time.
Yeah, I think so too. And I think that, you know, in our community, there's such a need for visibility, right? Like, that's how you feel seen and validated. I mean, just like going back to the example of Pepper, like, I had this short brown hair and I felt like I looked kind of like a boy. And then there's an orphan on TV who had short brown hair, was a little bit more rough and tumble than the other girls. And it's such a simple analogy, but I think it's so important, because at 8 years old, I kind of felt seen, you know, and like, if I see a child like mine on the television, I'm going to think, yeah, like, they're walking beside me, you know, that it goes without saying how important representation in film and television is. When our stories are told, you know, we really,
it's an important story to tell. And I think because there's such a fear, you know, they have, I mean, I remember I did not have the test that they wanted me to have done when I was pregnant with both of my girls, because they were like, well, it will tell you if they have Down syndrome. And I said, well, I don't need to know, because if they do, they do. And if they don't, they don't, you know, that it was as simple as that for me. And I think, you know, more people, especially people who maybe feel a little alone or isolated, it's stuff like what you're doing is really fantastic to bring that awareness and let people know that, you know, yeah, she's living her life.
Yeah, I just always want to, it just feels so good when somebody says, hey, me too. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, I'm here with you. I remember when Paloma was little, you know, looking back, she always had autism. You know, she was born with autism. Even though she regressed, there were signs very early on. And I can remember telling my mom, you know, as long as she doesn't have autism, as long as she doesn't get autism, I can do this, you know. And I remember, you know, one day a couple of years ago thinking, wow, I'm living what at one point was like my worst nightmare. And it's not scary. Like, it's amazing. Like, she's the sweetest, most loving, you know, compassionate little girl. And I think that we do have such a fear of the unknown, which is really what it is. And then just confronting a lot of that, like, internalized ableism, you know, because it's really easy to be afraid and like kind of like othered when it comes to, you know, disability. So yeah, I'm really grateful. I mean, I wouldn't have Vanessa. I wouldn't be talking to you. I wouldn't be able to do my work. I wouldn't have achieved some of the most selfish moments of my, my artistic life if it wasn't for that little girl. And I just think it's not lost on me, how incredible that is.
Well, you definitely fit the criteria of tonight's show. We said earlier we're celebrating Women's History Month, and not so much the historical aspect of it, although the movie that you're making is really fits the bill. But strong, capable, resilient women who, women just get it done, even
Yeah.
when they think they can't, and we
Yeah.
can do it. And I really appreciate you coming on tonight, and I look forward to stalking you on social media and
Please
friends
do.
and and
I'll be
and
honored.
seeing what you're up to. I would love to talk again if we ever get the chance. I know that Vanessa sent a text to both of us, so we can chat, and I really appreciate you jumping in here tonight and coming on.
Where can people find you on social?
So I have the same name across the board, April M. Aguilera. Yeah, you could just do a quick Google or Instagram, Facebook. I think Birdie is on, Birdie has a Instagram page, and then For Paloma as well. Yeah, I would really love that. All of the community is pretty incredible. So it's really great to meet people who are, supportive of that community, and really grateful for you guys.
I love my two things that I do with Gigi's Playhouse. It's really phenomenal, and I'm looking forward to seeing Mia again, Mia Hernandez, who sings every year, and she's just getting better and better each time I see her. So thank you for sharing your story with us. I wish you all the luck, and I will share your information on post when I post about tonight's show.
All right, awesome. So do I just click the leave studio and then I'm
we'll put you back in the box. Thanks.
Okay. All right, ladies. Thank you so much.
Bye. Wow. That's adorable. Yeah. That's just
It sounds like a very interesting movie that she's.
Yeah.
it does. I would
love to see that.
really that's why I said I'm gonna stalk her, I'm gonna follow her, but I'm really interested in that story. I definitely want to Google that woman. Judith Scott. I'm going to actually write that down.
Yeah,
so
write
I
down.
don't forget.
Look her up.
And I actually feel like once she started talking about her and said that she was finding stuff to make art with, it kind of rang a little bell in my head. And I'm like, I think I may have heard of her or read something or whatever, but
I think I have to get hearing aids because I couldn't hear a lot.
yeah, we know you have to get hearing aids.
We've been saying that.
I'm sorry.
Probably didn't hear us. But...
Could you all hear?
Yeah, we heard fine.
You heard her very
yeah.
well.
Yeah, that's tough.
She was very
Tough
clear and very,
realization.
very,
Was
very
she
easy
really?
to understand.
Yeah, very
Yes.
easy to understand. So,
Yeah.
Judy's.
but
I have to, or my other option is to learn to read lips.
Just get the
don't
hearing
think
aids.
You'll be as successful with that as you may think.
I think I could.
I don't
Could
know.
I think I could.
Okay.
Well,
So,
Anyway.
What am
I
I
know
saying?
there's a lot of
What did I say?
Judy. Say it again. You need hearing aids.
That's what I
Yes.
said.
Yes.
Good.
All right.
So we can do that.
So now
All
it's that time again.
Oh God.
Those
It's time.
shameless plugs.
Yep. I know. I love it. I love my shameless
It's a
plugs.
lot.
God, all right.
Bridget, why don't you go first because I have a plethora of posters to share.
Wow.
Okay. I will
Well,
be at
keep myself busy.
Gino's. How do you say this? Trattoria?
Trattoria.
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 Yeah,
Trattoria.
none of that felt right, but I'll be there on the
Trattoria.
21st
Where
of
is
this
that?
month. It's in New Hyde Park.
Okay.
And then on the 22nd, I'll be hosting for Don't Tell. I believe it's in Patchogue somewhere. And then on the 29th, I'll be at Take Two Brewery in Bayshore. And that's March right now.
Okay. Very good. That's
Seems
nice.
nice and chock full there.
Now, we'll start with mine. March
Oh, God, here we
13th. I will be at the Ronkonkoma Great South Bay Brewery in Ronkonkoma with that crazy lineup. And then I will be going up to Massachusetts for the
Oh, doesn't know it.
Retro Superfest. Trying to keep them all straight.
Mhm.
And then what's that one? Go ahead. Go to the next one. Nope. I got that one. There it is. We're going to be at the Forest Hills Comic Con on May 4th. We did that one last year. It was cute. And then Paisan Con. We got
Paisan
asked
Con
back
again.
to Paisan Con. I'm so excited. So that's at the Williams Center in Rutherford, New Jersey. So we will be there on the 9th and the 10th.
Why is it always in New Jersey?
Yeah, really.
I don't
Right.
know.
Yeah.
And then
What's
this
so
is
great about New Jersey?
May 17th and 18th at the Showboat HorrorCon. They asked us back.
Wow.
See, we are scary. So we're going
Mhm.
back, and I love
And the Showboat is scary.
I
to
love
stay
HorrorCon.
in.
So those are my shameless plugs. Amy, I'm afraid to.
Well, if you must know,
I think at some point this month I will be at the doctor treating my salmonella.
I'm
you might be.
Yeah.
Hang Chang. Oh, the information for my tooth is in.
Mm.
Oh,
Oh.
So on the 28th of March, that's where I'll be
where
All right.
will you be tomorrow?
at the dentist. Tomorrow, I'm going to see Gutfeld tomorrow.
Yes.
Oh, that's right.
Gutfeld. That's right.
Yes.
Exciting.
Realizing that my dinner plans, though, are not going to work out because we have to be in line for like ever.
Oh,
So-
really?
Mm-hmm.
I was supposed to go to my favorite place, Tony's to Napoli, when I had to cancel.
Oh, it's
Oh,
But
well.
now I'm going to get a piece of pizza on the way.
Well,
Mm.
but are you still going on the 21st with me?
What's on the 21st?
Yep.
I'm
Oh,
going on the 21st. I'm going to see Il Volo
Oh, that's right.
in Radio City, and being driven in.
Wow.
And
By a limo? A limousine?
no,
A
by
town
by
car?
my nephew, I'm sure. And if my man is up to it,
Your nephew.
yes, my
John?
nephew.
Oh, for some reason I was
And if
thinking.
my man is
Robert.
up to it, he will be
That's
coming
Lorenzo.
along for the ride. And if he's not, then Bridget, I expect you to stay with him while I'm out.
Yes, I will do
As
that.
as a medical professional, I think
Yes.
I need you to be there.
Even though I just mentioned that I'll be at Gino's Trattoria in New Hyde Park. So maybe
You could
he
do
can
both.
come with me
You
there.
could do both. You could do
Okay.
both.
All right. Well, listen, that's our show for tonight. We will be
Yeah.
back next week. We might even have
In
another
s-
guest. I
In
know we're
spite of
see.
it
I'm
all.
setting up some guests. It's going to be fun. Thanks for watching. Please stay tuned for Laughter Saves Lives live next with John LaRocchia and
hilarious.
Rich Walker. Have a great week, everybody. Happy National Women's Month.
Bye.